Welcome to the 2016 Trophy Awards. I want to thank all of you for being part of this three-part series where we will look at the 10 easiest platinums, the 10 hardest platinums, and in this video, we'll count down the 10 best overall trophy lists. Now, if you're a trophy hunter, make sure you subscribe. And last week, I asked you guys to nominate games for each of the three categories, and I received hundreds of nominations, and I really do thank you. Now, since I put complete control over this list in your hands, it doesn't surprise me at all to see many of the best games of the year here. So this is the Trophy Hunters version of Game of the Year. Now, I want to commend you guys for really emphasizing the trophy list quality in your nominations. Doom, for example, is a very fun game and worthy of Game of the Year, but didn't receive much attention here due to its more basic trophy list. So let's go ahead, let's start at number 10. Number 10 is Battlefield 1. Now, the trophy list doesn't strike you as good upon first glance. A third of the trophies are buried within the multiplayer. Thankfully, the trophies in multiplayer are easy, but will require you to rank up to, each class to level 2. It's the single player campaign where the trophies are going to really shine. Naturally, you'll have your standard story related trophies and collectibles, but the most fun ones are for completing the challenges. There are 51 challenges that require you to do certain things at certain points within the story, such as completing segments while undetected, or killing enemies with certain weapons, or using only melee. Now, the platinum's really, relatively easy, but the one challenge called Airborne Cannons seems to be the one that'll gonna block a lot of people from earning all the trophies. For this one, you need to destroy 10 aircraft within 30 seconds using an anti-aircraft gun. Number 9 is Far Cry Primal. Now, this came out early in 2016, and it's easy to forget how great this game was. Much like Battlefield 1, the Far Cry series goes back in time, way back in time to the days of the cavemen. Far Cry Primal has an easy platinum, and it actually is easy for collectibles, relatively easy at least. In addition to them appearing on the map as you uncover the fog of war, you only need to get 80 of the 184 total collectibles. That certainly takes the frustration right out of finding collectibles. Using your primitive tools, you'll earn trophies for killing a target over 70 feet away with an arrow, or 50 feet away using a spear. One of the more unique trophies is for discovering the Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Easter egg. Now, I really love games that give you a trophy for discovering an Easter egg, and you'll see examples of this in a few games on the list. Number 8 is Overwatch. Overwatch is one of the best games of the year, and sadly, one game I've never played. This multiplayer only game has taken the world by storm and does something very unique with its trophies. It uses the trophies as a way to teach you how to play each class. The reward for getting all the trophies isn't just the platinum, but also a badge of honor showing people that you at least have some skill with each of the classes. You'll also be able to brag that you've earned one of the most difficult platinums from this past year. While not all the trophies are difficult, there are a few such as Rapid Discord for getting 4 kills or assists with Zenyatta's Orb of Discord within 6 seconds, or the floor's lava for getting 3 killing blows while wall riding as Lucio without dying. Next up on our list, number 7, is Titanfall 2, perhaps the most underappreciated game of the past year. Now, I was happy to see so many people nominate this game as the best trophy list of 2016. I wouldn't say that it has some of the most fun trophies you can earn, but for a series that has been defined by its competitive multiplayer aspects, it is refreshing to see so few online trophies, something that most trophy hunters hate, myself included. The online trophies are quick to get, and once you have them, it's to the new single player campaign where you will find the rest of them. Most of which are for getting kills using various different Titan abilities, or while wall running or sliding. This is another game where the platinum will come down to really just one trophy, and the trophy is called Becomes the Master, and that is often a deal breaker. This is for placing in the top 3 on the Gauntlet, a task that literally took me a few hours myself to complete. Next up is Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Normally, I wouldn't consider a remastered game in a list like this. However, when the original game released on PS3, it didn't have any trophies. It was released prior to trophies even being a thing on the PlayStation 3. The first Modern Warfare is the game that made the franchise what it is today, so it is with great pleasure that millions of fans, myself included, are now able to earn trophies in the game. This game is well known for its incredibly difficult bonus epilogue chapter called the Mile High Club, where you must rescue a hostage on a plane. It's notoriously difficult on veteran difficulty, which makes earning the trophy for completing it incredibly rewarding. By the way, if you have been unable to complete that challenge, a new exploit kind of allows you to do the mission on recruit difficulty, and then you can switch to veteran at the final checkpoint. Go ahead and search it on YouTube if you want to use that little exploit. Now, the most fun and clever trophy in this game is called Time Paradox. It's an Easter egg that was added to this game that was not part of the original release. You can search my video for it on YouTube if you want a spoiler-filled reason why this trophy is so awesome. Next up is Rise of the Tomb Raider, coming at number 5 and makes the list for several reasons. First, it was released on PS4 a year after it was exclusively available only on Xbox One. When it finally released on PS4, it included all the DLC, which makes the total number of trophies 125. You only need to get the base 66 trophies for the Platinum. Now this makes it an incredible, great value proposition for what is considered a great game for the PS4 that came out in the past year. Also, the Croft Manor DLC is completely playable on PSVR, which adds to the fun for owners of the VR headset. There are several fun trophies as well, including the Trick Shot trophy for shooting a bottle out of the air, performing a 2.5 second swan dive, or finding and attending the hidden funeral scene. Killing an animal with an explosive will earn you the "Was that really necessary?" trophy, to which I answer, of course. Number 4 on our list is Ratchet and Clank. Nothing pleased me more than when you guys nominated this game, because it is a fun game, one of my favorite games in the past year. Now, while you could try to tell me that this is a remastered version of the original game, you'd be completely wrong. Instead, this is a complete remake. Ratchet and Clank is simply a fun game, so it shouldn't be a surprise that this is a fun platinum to get, and one that isn't too difficult. The names of the trophies are clever as well, my favorite of which is Abby Normal, and that's for collecting brains. Of course, this is a reference to the old Gene Wilder Young Frankenstein film. Of course, there's going to be trophies for winning hoverboard races, quickly completing the fitness course, and for being eaten by a pool shark. Successfully turning a Blarg helicopter commander into a sheep will naturally reward you with another trophy. If you have not played this game, I highly recommend you do so. Number 3 is Final Fantasy 15, and making this list is no surprise, but did you know that when this game started development a decade ago, PlayStation trophies didn't even exist and wouldn't even be implemented for 2 more years? That's how long this game was in development. Now, there's certainly a lot you can do in Final Fantasy 15, and you will need to do a lot if you want to earn the Platinum, including at least 80 side quests, raising your fishing, cooking, survival, and photography levels to max. You'll have to defeat the Adamantoise super boss as well once you've reached a high enough level, and it's a boss that if you're not prepared for, can take you several hours to defeat. Now, what makes this 60-hour to Platinum game enjoyable is the wide variety of things you have to complete, including finding the Justice Monsters 5 pinball machine and playing a game. Number 2 is Watch Dogs 2, and it's actually a little bit of a surprise for me, not to be on this list, but because I personally think it's an overall great trophy list, and many of you guys agree with me. Now, hating on the Watch Dogs franchise seems to be a popular thing these days, but I really love this game and the trophy list that came with it. Ubisoft took everything that was bad in the first game and improved on it, including removing the Song Seek trophy that was in the first game. The Platinum trophy for this game is also much easier to earn, and there's a large number of trophies in this game for doing fun, miscellaneous things, and that's what I enjoy most in trophy lists. You'll have to participate in just one sailboat, bike, and drone race each, jump a vehicle 140 meters, calling the cops to arrest someone dressed as a donut, and there are also 2 Easter egg trophies for completing 2 different side missions, one for watching a secret trailer to an unannounced upcoming Ubisoft title, and one for finding the protagonist from the first game, and who just doesn't love having to pet a dog 10 times for a trophy? Number 1 in the game with the most votes for the best trophy list goes to Uncharted 4. And what is actually a little surprising, since Naughty Dog has historically created terrible lists. And that's putting it nicely. There are a ton of fun trophies though in Nathan Drake's final adventure, some of which takes a direct shot at Naughty Dog themselves, starting with the Peaceful Resolution trophy. Much has been made about Nathan's serial killer tendencies, but you can complete many parts of this game utilizing complete stealth, and completing a couple specific chapters without killing anyone will reward you with a trophy. You'll have fun trying to beat the Crash Bandicoot minigame high score. You get to take a photo of Sully, or even hit hidden targets with a toy gun in the attic to earn you a few more trophies. Discovering a scripted sequence in the market where you get a lemur to steal an apple is an example of some of the small detail that this game has included. The number of miscellaneous trophies you can earn are to be commended. It's fantastic. Now, it does feature the dreaded multiplayer trophies, but there are only 5 of them, and those can be earned in less than an hour. But I'm willing to bet that the reason Uncharted 4 was voted on as having the best trophy list is the inclusion of what is probably the single best trophy of all time, and that's called Stage Fright. The trophy is simple to earn, but the story behind it is brilliant. It all started at E3 a few years ago. They were on stage preparing to demo the epic chase scene, and once the demo reached the point where you control Nathan, nothing happened. The screen stood still for 30 seconds when it was realized that the controller they were using wasn't paired with the demo PS4. It was an embarrassing moment as hundreds of thousands of people watched live. This is why the Stage Fright trophy for recreating that E3 moment will always be my funniest trophy of all time. So that is the top 10 trophy lists, the most fun trophy list as voted on by you guys. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Upcoming the next week, we'll do the top 10 easiest platinums, top 10 hardest platinums, and we'll see you soon.